subject is not to talk about my future, but the subject is simply to gather Nigerians to talk about the well-being of our people and talk about democracy, which we believe in. I've lived my life pursuing the cause of democracy. And so when I take certain positions, it should be understood. I do not take positions because I like you or not like you, but because I believe that democracy remains the best form of governance in our land. And because I know I do no other business than pursuing this cause, it makes sense for me to do everything to sustain it. And I want to urge everyone that at times like this, that we should all rise and protect this institution. For me, I've been in the legislature for 12 years. I've passed that to that institution, and so I remain committed to that institution. I had the privilege of serving in the executive as a staff and later as an elected governor. And so I would also protect that institution. And I think that judiciary is very fundamental in our stability. So I urge all men and women of goodwill, all of us gathered here, very distinguished Nigerians. For my home state, Governor Chukwudenwa is leading a team that includes former Governor Ihedioha and many others are serving Senator Suta. I'm at home with my people, we're at home. But it's important that we do everything we can without fear of favor and speaking truth to power to sustain and protect this institution, to protect democracy. I believe to all of us, mistakes have been made and will always be made. What is important is the way forward. I had a very wonderful upbringing. I didn't come from a very rich background. I had a modest background. Civil service parents. They kept telling me that good name is better than money. But in the course of development, I've had access to money. But I've also known the money you should not touch and the one you cannot. And I know that there is life after money. And that as long as God lives, and I must be honest, what we are doing today, I will not, it's essentially not my money. I did not beg. But friends who cared, friends who know that this must happen, have made sure it has happened. Tonight, I'll be hosting virtually everyone here, and perhaps more, also in the same manner. I'm overjoyed with gratitude. Governor Masari would have been, Speaker Masari would have been in Katsina today, but he said, Emeka, I must celebrate you. Vice President Obaka would have been out of town today. He said, Emeka, I'll celebrate you. Of course, my brother, Aminu Tambuwa, will be traveling later this night, but he had to be here to honor us. President Obasanjo had to cut short a few other programs to be here. Likewise, all of you. I don't want to join that debate of who is the oldest man. Officially, for the oldest man here, he told me that this year he has only committed himself to traveling outside Lagos twice. But Emeka, because you've come, I'll make it a third one. I'm indeed very grateful. I can't talk about everyone. The Deputy Governor of Enugu and Deputy Governor of Abia. You came in because your bosses have commitments, state functions that they couldn't leave to be here, but they ensured they sent our best regards. My family is indeed very, very grateful. I'm happy for the kind of family I have, the parentage I have, for my siblings who have shown me love and support over the years. My wife who has sustained me in prayer that even at very difficult times, will still keep going. That in spite of the tribulations and difficulties that have come our way, that God who remains God and who is. And I must say, sir, I have very wonderful children who are making me proud. For my daughter, whom I told yesterday that if I don't see her, she's in the UK. I said, if I don't see you, I have another daughter. She has called me more than 10 times. And said, Daddy, please, are you sure that you said? I said, well, I'm still watching you. If I see you, I change my mind. But if I don't see you, anything can happen. So just before I got in, she said, Daddy, please don't do that thing you said you will. She enjoys to be the only daughter of the house. To my children who are unavoidably absent because they want to be better than me tomorrow, they would have all been here, and I seek that you all understand. My younger brother, Obina, we've been a rock. and I appreciate you for who you are. Madam Ete, the only woman among the men, but at every point in time you outshine them. It looks like you have a uniform with your son, Tamboa. So we'll discuss. Governor Masari will tell us what happened and at what points and what will. I thank you most sincerely. And I want to assure you that I remain whom I am. I'll be unfazed. I'll remain your friend. I'll remain consistent. I'll remain supportive and protective of our institution. May God bless all of you. For me and democracy, it is still God do us apart. My brother Donald Duke tried to harass me that he will not come, and I said, let me see how you won't come, because I know so much that the world should not hear. Thank you very much. Don't you have Meji? Tomorrow, call me senior. Tambuwal has killed, Dimeji has killed, so you know that this business. I told Tambuwal and Dimeji that today, there is no Mr. Speaker, that what we have today is Dimeji and Aminu. So maybe after today, we'll do a review. Senator Ken Namani, our boss, our chairman of former presiding officers forum.